Hello fellow-litas! Forgive me if I look or sound a little off today. Mask mandates have been lifted in my area and surprise surprise, I went out without one for one day and already came back with a cold. So I am getting over that. I'm a little bit sniffly. My skin is quite irritated from all the blowing of my nose. Yeah. But I am good. This is just not going to be my highest energy video in a while. A while back, I unboxed these two beauties on one of my live streams. And I did ask y'all to leave comments about which of the 5 dresses that I unboxed you'd like to see me do a video reviewing and coordinating first. But since that time, I've gotten even more stuff in the mail, things got shuffled around, and at this point, I'm actually trying to make some room pretty quick to make room for some of the stuff that I've just gotten shipping notifications for, because when it rains, it pours. So since I can't keep both of these, and frankly I could use the money for some home improvement projects I'm working on right now, I am going to do my coordination and comparison video for these two so that I can sell one of them as soon as humanly possible. Anywho, on that live stream I already went over the details of these dresses. I compared the two cuts and the materials that were used, the design elements, and the measurements that went into them. So I'm not going to go over them again here. I am instead going to direct you to watch the replay of that live stream. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description to the exact timestamp where all of this started happening, or I should be able to add a card up here to that, and then you can just skip to the timestamp that I've indicated here in post-production, and you can just watch it that way. So yes, these are both brand new with tag. They are ready to get tried on for the first time. I have yet to do so for either of them, and the time has finally come. So these being such different colorways and different cuts, I feel like it's going to be pretty hard to compare and contrast them unless I try to keep the rest of the coordinate pretty standard. So my plan is to try and basically recreate the same coordinate as much as humanly possible, kind of like what I did with my spooky macarons versus lovely macarons JSKs, which I will also link up in here. I basically want to twin with myself, and since the open front JSK requires a non-sheer blouse option, my options for how to coordinate this are actually pretty limited because I need something that will match both the Saks blue and the purple and black. So I may need to do that thing again of where I wear the white version of something here and the black version over here. I'm going to try to keep the headwear pretty consistent. I'm going to try to keep the accessories consistent. If not exact matches from one to the other, I do want them to at least be complementary, so we'll see how that goes. And to start out with, I am going to coordinate Saks because the cut is just less in my comfort zone, so giving this one the best shot I can by coordinating with it in mind is the best chance it's going to have of winning out over the purple, which, let's face it, is already kind of operating with an advantage because I am such a purple person. And now, since I can't think of anything else to say, let's cut to that first cord. Well, 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 if this isn't a pleasant surprise, I don't know what is. The underbust JSK not only fits but flatters my figure in a way I did not expect at all. I do think I'll probably need to move the buttons down on the straps a little bit if I'm going to end up keeping and wearing this JSK more often, because as it is now, the front does shift around a bit, sometimes leading to a bit of squish throughout my fleshy bits, but sometimes it lays just perfect and gives me ethereal unicorn milkmaid fantasy. I kept this coordinate extremely simple because I wanted to make sure that I would be able to replicate it in look and feel with the other colorway. And I know that I said I needed a non-see-through blouse, and you might look at this one and think, Elvira, that is see-through. Literally, are you nuts? But what I meant was a mesh or translucent blouse that shows too much of a bra as contrast would not work for this, nor would a cropped blouse, which could end up exposing skin if things shifted in the wrong way. This blouse from Unique Vintage is very high coverage, and with the right bra underneath, you can't really see anything, and so I think that is close enough. The rest of the look is completed with my handmade floral headband, these socks from the black ribbon, some irregular choice hooting about wedge shoes, my Me Likes Tea hybrid petticoat, and a wig I got from my local beauty supply store. Yeah, y'all, I'm pretty shocked actually. This color is absolutely an outlier in my wardrobe, but when I was doing the crafting stream and I made this headpiece, I did say specifically that I wanted wanted to wear it when I tried this on in the end, and I do think the colors look really good together. This dress not only has white in the print, it also has ivory, and so it picks up the little bits of yellow and the ivory of my blouse really, really well. Overall, it just feels super simple, comfortable, cohesive, and it's gonna be pretty hard to beat. I don't have anything else like this in my wardrobe, both in cut or color. I'm not one of those Lolitas with a super cohesive wardrobe. I like to have a variance of cut and color as much as possible to give myself a ton of variety and flexibility so that I can look exactly how I want whenever I want. And I think this dress is really unique, and it looks so much better on me than I expected that it's gonna be pretty tough to beat. Now, you may have noticed that in recent videos I haven't been leaning on wigs as much as I used to. That's because my hair has been working with me and I haven't had as many bad hair days as I used to, but I did want to take my hair color out of the equation because I was afraid it would bias me too much in favor of one and clash too much with the other. So I chose this pink one. I have a personal pet peeve in Lolita fashion where people coordinate their hair color through wigs to match some part of their outfit. I just don't know any people in the real world who care about incorporating their hair color into their outfit, so to me that doesn't really make sense. So if you're wondering why I didn't pick a wig that matches something in this print, that is why. Anyway, I want to make sure I don't lose the light, so let me get out of this one and hang it all back up. Let's get into that purple one. Oh no! Now I'm so conflicted. While I definitely love the other cut, this cut has so much going for it too, and this color really takes it over the edge. It is so beautiful. I've tried my best to be as authentic to the first coordinate as possible with this second one, but only switching a couple details out, I gotta say, I think this cord is even more me than the last one. So what's the same and what is different, you may be asking? This is the same blouse from Unique Vintage, but in a different color. This is actually the first time I've gotten to wear the black version, and I gotta say, I love it. I've also got on the same Me Likes Tea petticoat, and the same wig, of course, but I've swapped out the floral headdress for the headdress that I bought to match the hidden princess in my memory OP in purple and black. The purple's not an exact match to this dress, but it's close enough, and the other colors really tie it together with what I'm wearing. For shoes, I've swapped in my off-brand Danceco Mary Janes with 3 straps, and for socks, I'm just wearing some black compression socks with homemade sock toppers. Now, I will say that I am not as big a fan of the cut of the JSK with the frills on it as I am of the open bust JSK, and I'm going to talk a little bit about why. For one thing, I'm just not as into the asymmetry on the front of the skirt as I thought I would probably be. I've had skirts with asymmetry before, like my Magical Stone JSK, and I really liked it in those circumstances, but I just don't think it does anything for me here. I also really like these dangling shoulder straps, but they do limit my movement and make me really nervous about busting them. And I love the golden stars, but this front bow with the rhinestone is less my jam. I think what knocks me over so much with this dress is the color. And now that I've tried them both on, I am in a weird dilemma. I think I want to sell both of these and see if I can track down this cut in this color, because then I will have the best of both worlds. I'll get the cut that I loved to wear and the color that I think looks so spectacular on me. And truly, there is nothing wrong with either of these dresses. They are both so stunning, and I wish that I could keep them both. But if I could only keep one, I really can't choose between them because my heart is drawing me in 2 separate directions. This isn't the first time I've ordered 2 different cuts in 2 different colors from Meta. With the Camellia Cat OP versus JSK, the decision was so much easier because the cut that I preferred was also the colorway that I ended up preferring. If I had been in that situation again where I wanted the pink colorway in the JSK's cut or vice versa, the OP with the green and the red, I think I would have made the same decision that I'm going to make today. So before I list these babies on Lace Market, please let me know if you hear any leads on where I could buy this underbust in the purple colorway. I'm going to put up some want to buy messages / want to trade messages in case somebody wants the blue or the frill JSK, and see if I can use these 2 brand new dresses to leverage to get the dress I truly want. I also might just reach out to Meta directly and see if any of their stores have this in stock. I know that happens from time to time, but given that these dresses did sell out in the winter sale that just happened a couple months ago, I don't have a ton of hope that that's going to work out for me. So if you are particularly drawn to either of these dresses, please do watch out for my lace market, which may be updated pretty soon to include one or both of these dresses. I also don't have any more of this blue colorway in my wardrobe, so I'll probably include the headpiece that I made in the sale of the underbust JSK, just as a nice bonus for anybody who's looking for something like that. And I am sorry if this seems like a bit of an anticlimax, but please weigh in the comment section if you think I am making an idiot decision. As for bicep ratings, both of these dresses are plus size friendly, tall friendly, and Lolita friendly. I would say that they're both great options for people who check all three of those boxes, or even one or two out of the three. This frill JSK, I'm going to give 3.5 out of 5 biceps, just because these little frilly parts that give the JSK style its name make it a little less friendly for buff people, but it is one of the selling points of the JSK, and it does accommodate my broad shoulders, so it's not a huge problem. It's just a personal preference that makes me feel a bit nervous. And of course it doesn't have pockets, so I'm gonna take points off for that no matter what. However, the underbust JSK is an improvement in those factors, and I will give it a 4.5 out of 5 biceps. It is definitely extra Lolita friendly. I think it made my shoulders look absolutely stunning. I just want it in purple, and I want it to have pockets. Come on, Meta, I hate to do it, but I'm gonna keep taking points off as long as there are no pockets that come in these things. If you found this video interesting or helpful, please do give it a thumbs up to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to this channel. I put out videos as often as I can manage with my busy work and training schedule, and I aspire to be a resource for plus size tall and swole people who are into Lolita fashion. And if any of those things apply to you, or even if they don't but you just like my face, please do subscribe, because I would love to have you stick around. Lastly, I'm going to ask you to follow me on Instagram at Elvira Wrestling to see detailed coordinate photos that I take for these videos, as well as updates on when I am live streaming, where I might be wrestling or otherwise performing that you might be able to come see me, and where I am exhibiting as an artist with my brand Mira Mira Me. You can follow my brand at Mira Mira Me Deco on Instagram, and you can find me at the Garden of Unity event by Butler Cafe V. I'm going to be putting Garden of Unity's links and information in the description, so please check that out if you are local to California or think you're going to be around in April. It's free to enter, it's going to be so much fun, and all of the profits that I make that weekend are going to be donated directly to the GLBT Historical Society of San Francisco. I can never rattle it off. Anywho, congrats on making it all the way till the end of this video. I am Elvira. I am a plus size tall and swole Lolita with the sniffles, and I will see you in the next video whenever I manage to get that out. Okay, bye now.